Antioxidant Financial. What do you got? 4 steps to raise a financially savvy child.
Yeah, I was going to say first that the Sheen family is probably having trust work done as we speak right now. It's on television, figuring out how to shelter every dollar because there's at least 10 to 20 million that's going to be gone when this is all said and done.
Due to lawsuits.
At least.
Yeah,
at least.
Lawsuits.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, he's going to be, and he made a lot of money, especially with 2.5 Men. Not just I like Charlie Sheen as an actor. I really, really do.
Oh, he's very entertaining.
But all that money, and he was making tons of money with 2.5 Men. That's all going to be given out. This is like a Cosby situation where Cosby's going to have to pay out all these women. Sheen is going to have to pony. There's going to be a lot of rich prostitutes out there, that are never going to have to work again because they banged Charlie Sheen.
He was making over $1 million an episode. When you're crunching like that, you're a big dog.
And it's all gone.
Financial tip 1 here: stay away from drugs and prostitutes. That was the first tip on my list.
So I have to give to my kids.
Is that what Oxygen Financial says? No prostitutes and no kids. What else?
All right. So,
at the age of 12, you start teaching them that.
All right, Ted. So the 4 steps to raise a financially savvy kid. What do you got here?
Well, the first one in here is I'm a big fan of saying no to allowance. I know I'm going to have mixed emotions and people will think different things about this, but you need to teach your kids that money is earned and not given.
Okay.
Earned and not given. There are a lot of parents that give allowance, and I've been it from our whole lives. When my wife and I have raised our kids, we've been dead set against it. You can help your kids learn how to earn money because that's what they're going to have to do down the road.
Define allowance, because we had a list on our refrigerator door that would be like backyard 75 cents, front yard 50 cents to cut because one was harder than the other, and you would sign up for the job.
So that's what I'm saying. That's not. But
it's not like a set allowance.
You're earning it. If you go out and you have a chore or a task or a job, and you're held accountable to do it, which is the way it will be in real life.
Yes.
And you do it, you got paid for that job. The difference is mom and dad say, well, Steve, here's $5 just because you're 10 years old.
Oh, hell no.
12 years old.
My dad had a job. You had to sign up for the job, and then you got paid.
You know how much the tooth fairy pays out nowadays? $5 a tooth.
Are you serious?
Up in Alpharetta, it's $10 to $15.
Yeah,
I think, too.
Roswell, we're a little bit of a recession.
What did y'all get? I remember one time I got $1, a silver dollar one time, and it's because it was like my last one. Most of them were 25 cents.
It was a silver dollar, or it was a quarter.
Yeah, I got a quarter. I got a lot of quarters.
I found out the other day when the tooth fairy visited Ariel's bedroom.
Are you sure all the kids are in school?
No,
right
they're
now?
not. They're not. That's what I'm saying. Like
easy.
This. So $5 under the. God, that's a lot of money for effing tooth. It's like I can get her caps for that.
It's a baby tooth.
Really? All right, good.
Well, I mean, I was just going to say, inside of there, I'm also a big fan in that whole earn situation. At least once have your kids try to do something such as setting up a lemonade stand. It's one of the oldest things that people have done for years. We all did it.
Yeah.
But you learn that idea of what it costs to start a business, how you can make money. The more that you can teach those behaviors when your kids are young, the more that they're going to carry that through for the rest of their lives.
What do you think about, because I buy into that wholeheartedly. What do you think about not paying them if the work is not done like it's supposed to be done? Like if you made a deal, for example, made a deal with Caleb to chop up some trees in the backyard. Said I'd pay him $20. Had to be done on Sunday. This was a couple weeks ago. It took him 3 weeks to do it, and he still didn't do it properly. And I didn't pay him because the job wasn't done properly. The lesson was you get paid to do a job that you say you're going to do how it's supposed to be done. That was the lesson. Good or bad?
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. I
so
think,
that's not child abuse?
Look, I mean, it's sort of that.
Because I'm just wondering.
No, it's not child abuse. Ted Jenkin said no.
Is that
Money
free
abuse.
labor? It sounds a little like free labor.
Not at home. Doesn't count that way.
Here's my thing, too. All right.
Oh, and let him answer.
I just want to make sure Bailey's
safe. Let him answer. Go.
Well, this is a powerful lesson for people to learn. When you get out in a real job, your child gets that first job. And today, in a world where we have tons of participation trophies and things like that, you have to teach that financial value, or down the road, they're just going to think, hey, someone's just going to give me money when I need it. Or even worse, here's what I see happening, Jason, is that kids, when they get out of college, now come back to mom and dad for more money because they know that they'll give it to them. So you want to get them into that habit of earning money.
All right, what's the second thing on the list there? Steps to raise a financially savvy
you've got to
kid.
teach your kids that money has value. We had the kids come over our house, Jason, and the kids brought 2 pairs of sneakers. One pair of sneakers were the sneakers that were the play sneakers. Then they had the special KD Nike sneakers, which were the school sneakers. And I thought to myself, what kind of values are you going to teach if you've got play sneakers and regular sneakers. So a lot of kids see their parents spend money on credit. They don't see cash as much anymore. You've got to teach them, though, this is really what it costs because they don't see it in grocery stores, department stores. Very valuable lesson to teach them early on.
It's a good lesson to teach your kids when you do give them money for things that they do. See Ted Jenkin, Action Financial 1 on this topic, is that when a birthday for mom or dad comes up or Christmas time comes up, they have to use their own money, or you tell them that a gift will not be given, and you don't want there not to be a gift for fill in the blank. So they go out with their own money, spend your own money. That's $5, $10. You help them, I get it, but make them use their own money so they value that money, that it goes into something.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, an aunt or uncle gives a kid cash, but think about it as it comes on holiday season. More and more, your kids get gift certificates to Target, GameStop, places like that. And so they don't even see the value of cash. They just go in and buy a couple of Xbox games. All of a sudden, you're spending an extra $10, $15 because they don't quite have enough money on that card to be able to get the games. It doesn't really teach them the values that's going to help them down the road because nobody's going to give them a gift card to buy furniture or clothes or things like that down the road.
Yeah. All right,
That's
laying the
perfect.
hammer down. That's good.
Yeah.
That's what my father did. So far, man, that's why I look back, I thought he was a bit of a jerk at the time, but
This is why, Steve, I yell at you when you're around my kids and you give them $20 for no reason.
yeah, it makes sense.
Makes sense that I yell at you.
Yeah.
Not that you're giving them $20.
Yeah.
You're pretty much Charlie Sheen to a child. You're
A little
extorting
bit.
them to like you.
I like to give Caleb a little flow because I know he's trying to go on dates and he needs a little cash action.
See, you forgot about how you relate to what Ted's talking about right now.
You know, I left myself completely out of this. I was going back to my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize as an adult there's a chance in hell I might be making a mistake.
You're a hypocrite.
That's what my wife calls me.
Thank you.
Just call me Steve Hypocrite.
We and Amanda have a lot in common.
Yeah, y'all do have a lot in common. You're both doing the right thing, but I like where you're going with this.
All right.
Well, one of my tips on here, and Steve, you'll probably remember this. So when we grew up, you learned how to balance a checkbook, and you remember getting that passbook savings account. And every time you made a deposit, there was one of those purple stamps that came in one of those passbook savings accounts. Kids today don't know how to balance a checkbook, so consequently, their checkbook becomes the ATM register. In fact, there's some adults probably listening now where your check register, it's the ATM receipt. That tells you how much money you have in your bank. So trying to get them a checkbook early and showing them how to balance those debits and credits in a checkbook is really, really valuable.
Yeah, but can't you do that online? I mean,
No.
Why
See,
not?
that's
See,
old
I'm an
school.
online guy.
See, I'm a checkbook guy. I think you got to see it right there in front of you. I don't like the online. Why online? Because then you find yourself just trusting the bank. I mean, I think if you figure out the math yourself and understand the charges you're being charged per month by your bank, it's good to figure that all out.
I screwed
to
up
the
my
penny.
I screwed up my checkbook more on my own than how it's been online. I haven't had any issues online, and I mean, I check it, because I barely use my checking, but I check it. But if a kid gets an account and can check it online, I think they're going to be able to relate to that better than writing it down. I understand what you're saying, but it's
Is that your answer?
No, the problem is you at least have to start them there, Jason, because the problem is a lot of the bills are out of mind, out of sight today. So if you ask somebody last month what they paid for electric or gas, they might be able to tell you, but next month when they pay the bill, as long as the bill's sort of in a field goal range of where they think the bill should be, they just pay it. Most adults that we see that come in, budgeting is the number one problem. They don't read their bills. And so you're trying to
that's
teach
so
your kids
true.
early, like how to read a bill, how it works, how you balance a checking account. Those are the staples of building a solid financial future, because they don't teach that in high school or college at all. There's just nothing on it.
Should you? And we got a break, but should you buy your kid their first car?
I'm okay with chipping in for it. I wouldn't buy it totally.
Oh, God, I wish I had used my dad.
Yeah.
You bought yours, didn't you, Bailey? I bought.
I'm 14.
I had to
I
buy
had a
mine.
Mustang too.
Oh,
I bought
mine,
for
yeah.
$1,000.
I had to buy my car. I had to buy it.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Wow,
Mustang too, Steve.
that's nice. You're a badass.
All right, more of these tips on your website, and how can people find you, Ted Jenkin?
Yeah, go to oxygenfinancial.net. If you want to make yourself financially savvy or help your kids do better, go to oxygenfinancial.net. Come see us, and we will take care of you.
And outside of that, I mean, this is the stuff that Ted talks about with us. But I mean, for the grown-ups, that are looking to invest, whether you are at the higher end of the paycheck or the lower end. I mean, this is where we all have our money with Ted. He invested for us.
You got to have your money work for you.
401ks, IRAs, all that good stuff. This is what Ted does. That's why he's successful. That's why he's the best in the business. So you go see Ted Jenkin. Again, your website, Ted?
OxygenFinancial.net.
There you go. We're recording Charlie Sheen on the Today Show. He's sitting down with his doctor now. So we're going to play that for you when we get back. It's Bailey and Southside Rock 100.5.